Hej ludzie, to ja Cyrex. Gramy dalej. Można wyjść, iść na plażę.
I'll try to win over its trust. And then maybe it'll leave me alone. Hello, my pretty. What in the world did I do to deserve such hatred? Let's drop it. It's not worth it. What an unpleasant winged rat. Despite its bad temper, I bet it's got a bigger brain than some people I know.
Hello, Ani.
Looks like quite a booze selection for a beachside drink shack. No, I'd better not take advantage of Loki. Plus, I doubt they do me much good.
Co nie można? Tego nie można. Czy tu się coś zmienia? Tu się coś zmienia? Dobra, możemy tu gadać.
Special cocktails for $5. Sure, why not? Look, Ilani, could I borrow your chalkboard?
Go ahead. Nobody's ordering any cocktails around here anymore.
It comes with chalk, too. No, and I wouldn't take one even if they were placed in a less compromising part of the statue.
Może. Coś tu jest.
I can't fathom what I'd do with a dried out old fish, no matter how big its sword is. Yuck! Animal trophies have always given me the heebie-jeebies.
Tego haczyka nie da się. Co mamy? Małpkę.
I wonder what in the world a lava float tastes like. It's full of sand, ash, cigarette butts, and that looks like a cigar holder. I bet I can find some use for that. If I remember right, that's the brand Kordsmeyer smokes.
O, możemy mu dać.
It's probably the holder from one of Colonel Kordsmeyer's cigars.
Cygarniczka. Co to jest cygarniczka, kurde?
My hands are clean already. Thanks anyway, though. It's inspired by the traditional statues of Hawaii.
Dobra, to chyba wszystko wyczyściliśmy. Mechaniczny byk.
My goodness, the collateral damage of tourism. If you ask me, rodeos and, of course, bucking broncos are about as Hawaiian as koalas, just to give an example. That's the way to the machinery that makes the bronco buck. Yeah, maybe I'll find something interesting. Or maybe something dangerous. What a mess! The only danger inside there is getting tetanus with all that rusty metal. That's the way to the machinery that makes...
O, tu nie da się, nie da się, nie da się, tu nie da się, nie da się. O. Tu się nie da, tu się nie da, tu się nie da, tu się nie da. No to weźmy w
No, it's such a wreck something might happen to me. Plus it probably... It looks more like a buffalo than a bull, but what's the difference in Hawaii?
Ten byk ma coś. Dobra, nie da się wsiąść. Wsiadł.
He looks like a character from The Name of the Rose. Hello, nice man. Hello. Yoo-hoo! Nothing. Either this guy's deaf or he's on a real trip. I hope he sees lots of planets on the way. Oh, look! He moves and everything. Did that mean yes? Hi, my name is Brian. Nice to meet you. I guess he can only nod to express the idea of yes. Man, how innovative. Do you know any other tricks? Wow, he can shake his head to say no, too. You didn't happen to see a girl fall out of the sky lately, did you? Maybe a monk isn't the person to ask about a woman, so I'll rephrase the question. Have you seen a man with no hair on his face fall out of the sky? Maybe you saw her fall and thought it was a miracle. I have a hunch you're not going to be much help, so I'll just drop the subject. I can't see your face very well, but I get the sinking feeling we've met before. You're a whiz at saying yes or no, but I don't know if you really understand me or if you just have a nervous tick. Did you stop nodding and shaking your head for some reason, or... You're not a big talker, so there's no reason to ask whether you can read or write. Do you understand my language, or do you just say yes and no at random? I think we'll chat some other. Good luck, my friend. This guy may know something, but if he keeps talking that way, it'll be hard to discern the important part, besides the fact that, luckily, he isn't deaf. He looks like a character from The Name of the Rose.
Nauczy się domu.
Okie doke, let's see if he knows how to write. Hey guy, I found a chalkboard for you. If I give it to you, you can write on it, and you won't be stuck just saying yes and no. Do you mean yes, you'll still answer yes and no, or yes, you won't? It doesn't matter. Here, take it.
Co on napisze?
Thank you. You're welcome, ma'am. You see, I wanted to ask you a few questions. Get to the point. So, you're in a hurry now? No. Running out of chalk. A girlfriend of mine fell into the lake. Are you sure you haven't seen her? Very sure. What are you doing here? I have a mission to accomplish. What kind of mission do you mean, if I may ask? You may not. If you have a mission... And you are a twit. Maybe it'd be better to change the subject. Okay. Are you mute or just pretending? Long time since I used Earthling speech organs. Are you sure you and I have never talked before? Chalk almost gone. So soon? Well, it did last quite a while. Low quality. Shoot, it ran out just when this was starting to get interesting. Anyway, man, if I find something else for you to write with, we'll continue this combo.
Więc muszę znaleźć kredę. O.
Okay, it could be handy. Huh, it looks like the other end of the cable is hooked onto something down there.
Co, upalić cygarynkę?
I doubt that.
Dobra, coś tu jest jeszcze? Mamy mnicha, którego mu trzeba...
Ooh, it's one of those stands where you can get a souvenir photo taken. I always thought they were a little cheesy, though. I just don't get the humor. I was probably influenced by that dumb photo my mom had hanging on the living room wall, though. Me when I was 6 with a stupid grin in Donald Duck's body.
Coś tu jest, można coś tu zabrać?
I admit I do like the idea of the Aboriginal photographer. I'd better leave it there, in case I break it during the removal process. It may weigh a little too much. Normally I'd lift it right up, but I forgot to take my vitamin supplement this morning. It's a crying shame. No, even though the wood is worn out, it's well anchored from behind. Plus, why would I want to knock it down? That is so typical. The same muscle-bound surfer as always, with the amazing chick in his arms. Ah, I've reached the heart of the beast. I mean, the place where you stick coins in and the photo pops out. Oh, the lights are turned off. That means the photo stand is either unplugged or, even worse, out of order. That's where the coins are inserted. With that weird shape, though, I bet it works with tokens instead of regular coins. This is where the photos pop out, without a doubt.
Tu mamy... Musimy końcy zrobić. Park hawajski, szałas tu byłem. Piwnica.
They must lead to the basement.
I can't do it unless I remove that board first.
impossible. Just by looking, I can see the wood is too thick.
Coś tu jest jeszcze?
From the look of those stains, it must form part of more than one dog's territory. I'm not exactly dying to open it, but let's see what's inside. I hope it smells better inside than outside. Bags of trash, old newspapers. Ooh, this could be totally usable. Almost a whole stick of butter. And no, nothing else in there looks recyclable, at least for now.
Pojemnika nie można... Nie można tego otworzyć. Masło. Po co mi masło? Kredę można z masła zrobić? Nie wiedziałem.
I'm not very tempted by the idea of chit-chatting with more military types. But if I have no other choice... Huh. This guy's reading. I hope that good habit makes him act nicer than his cohorts. Hello there.
Marine Zachariah O'Connor, at your orders, sir.
What do you mean, at my orders?
Pardon my indiscretion, sir, but I know a superior officer when I see one, even if he's disguised in plain clothes, sir.
Jeez, how funny. Why do you think that?
Because you wear flashy colors to draw attention to yourself, sir. And that is precisely what nobody would expect of a soldier going incognito, sir. If you allow me to make a remark, I believe that was a very intelligent idea, sir.
Well, if you say so. By the way, you could try not to yell when you're talking.
Impossible, sir. I'm hard of hearing, and if I don't speak up, I run the risk of not knowing what the devil I'm saying, sir.
Okay.
Let's see. What do I say to him now?
Soldier O'Connor.
Sir, yes, sir.
You didn't happen to see a girl dropping out of the sky today by any chance?
No, sir. I always wear my ball cap this way, so I'm usually blind as a bat, sir.
Why don't you wear a hat that lets you see?
It's a lumberjack custom to protect our eyes, sir. Keeps the sawdust out on the one hand, and on the other, it keeps the bird doo-doo away when you climb a tree, sir.
What in the good Lord's name can you do for your army if you're half deaf and blind as a bat?
My main task is as a lookout, sir. I used to work as a lumberjack before enlisting, and there's no one in this regiment who can climb a tree as fast as me, sir.
I'd like to see you climb a tree.
With pleasure. But I need rope to do that, and I don't have any here, sir.
So you climb trees to spy on people? When I see the colonel, I'll have you tried for treason.
You are hilarious, sir. A deaf spy, sir. High treason. Your lady friend must bust her gut with you, sir.
My lady friend?
I meant that girl disguised as a waitress, whose body I couldn't describe without... I'm sure that she's actually an MP, with the mission to weed out soldiers who hit the booze too much, sir.
Got a piece of chalk on you?
No, sir, but at school I learned to make them. It's quite complicated, sir. You have to grate a bit of plaster, mix it with gum arabic, and place the mixture in a test tube, sir.
Okie doke. So, what's the complicated part?
That's all, sir.
I see. Hey, I have another question, O'Connor. Return to your...
At your orders, sir!
On mówi, jak zrobić kredę.
I can't take it...
Hammer, potrzebuje... Co on tam mówił? Że potrzebuje tynku? Coś tam, coś tam.
Yeah, I'll try to find that cove Lokilani told me about. Maybe her friends can help me out. Well, unless I'm lost, this must be them. And I'm willing to bet the guy with the surfboard is Knife. I'm gonna go check it out. Hey, you're Knife, right?
Sure am, mate. Have we met?
Actually, I haven't, but I've heard about you.
Gnarly, mate. My fame back at the University of California. I'm not surprised, though. After so many years trying to finish school, even the professors know me.
No, Lokilani's the one who mentioned you.
Lokilani's one hot babe, eh? She's like totally for my bones, mate. But don't tell Kai or he'll go aggro.
Okay. Hey, I haven't introduced myself. My name is...
I heard that, bro. You just told Brian that Lokelani thinks you're the kind. And no one's gonna swallow that, bro.
He is like totally full of himself sometimes. He thinks the fact that some shark chowed down on his paw is enough to impress a Betty like, wait, what did Lokelani say about me?
Not much. She just said you're crazy about surfing.
How could I not? I was born in Byron Bay.
Where?
Byron Bay, in Australia, mate. The place with the bitchinest airs on the planet, buddy boy. Thing is, when I was a kid, I didn't like surfing. I was all into underwater diving. California's where I got all hyped on surfing, but crikey, over there in Cali, it's majorly packed. You know you gotta reserve a wave at least 2 days in advance.
No, I didn't. Hard to believe.
I'm telling you, and don't think that means you get to ride it alone. Nah, they rent it out to so many mates at once you feel like you're surfing in a public toilet.
So of course you decided to come here for the peace and quiet.
For Kai, too. When I was a freshman in surfing sciences, I saw him do a demo and a video. And it was so gnarly that I dropped out of college to become a student. Kai rules, mate. People say he's a bum just because he spends 16 hours a day resting. But all the masters have to meditate.
I guess that video was recorded before he lost his leg, right?
Negative, mate. The most awesome thing is that his mastery's greater with that iron leg than most people with... Hey, you're not trying to get him to give you classes, are you?
Don't worry, surfing's not my thing.
You're not into surfing? Whoa, what's up with that? I knew there were some freaks out there, but... So, what brings you to Mola, then?
Before, you said you studied surfing at the university.
Full on, mate. Since people spent all day on the beach and the classrooms were empty, the uni decided to dream up some more interesting majors and the students were majorly stoked. It was mythical, mate. I, for instance, signed up for 14 different majors. From skating sciences to applied Tai Chi, plus adventure sports theory and practicum and California punk aesthetics. I didn't go to class much, but it was cool to say your major was one of those rad subjects.
Lokilani told me you have a motorboat.
Lokilani's a sweet babe, ain't she? So what about the motorboat?
I think you used the motorboat to look for waves on the nearby islands.
No, that was before. The guys in green told me they'll whip out their guns and shoot me if I use it. They must hate surfing so much that one of them says he wants to fly over the beach in a helicopter while I'm surfing. And use me for target practice. People are just totally wacko.
Could I borrow your motorboat?
My regrets, mate. If those army thugs catch you, they'll rough you up and leave me boatless. Then forget looking for waves, cars, classes, and everything surfing means. Plus, just this morning I tuned it up, and I don't want you screwing it up.
What does everything surfing means stand for, if I may ask?
Mate, surfing is a philosophy of life. On the one hand, it forces you to let yourself get carried away by the currents of nature. And on the other, it makes you to achieve that, which is the essence of surfing. You just need 2 things, balance and foresight. 3 days, mate. 3 days without riding a wave.
Is surfing your only pastime?
No, mate, normally I work as a tourist guide. I take 'em down to get all stoked over the lake, the falls, the temple and fishing, but right now, I'm on and not a single pathetic wave to ride.
Don't you take him to Lokilani's bar?
That Lokilani's a hot babe. Fair dinkum, eh? Of course, I take 'em there and she pays me a commission for every drink they slip down. Mate, I make more off of that than my salary.
And Kai is that good of a teacher?
He's one righteous mate. In the beginning, I'm majorly stressed, but he made me walk around the whole island and substitute for... Then I wigged out even more because he made me wax boards for 2 weeks. Wax on, wax off. And on top of it, he just laid there without... I almost returned to California. Or Australia. But then he started to teach me for real, and you gotta admit, the mate's better than the whole surfing university. Plus, I realized he's no bum. He's just meditating.
Let's talk about your motorboat again.
Isn't that, like, totally rad?
What were we talking about before?
I don't know, about...
seems weird.
Koala? He is even weirder.
Did you say you're...
No, mate. Actually, his name is... It's... Mike. Well, eventually I'll remember. I call him Koala because of this cartoon movie he's watched like 10 bazillion times. One of the characters is this blue alien, but the kid kept yapping, "Look at the koala!" Since he saw one when he went to visit his grandparents that summer, it was koala this and koala that. So now, he's stuck with Koala.
You look too young to have a son.
I'm telling you, mate, it just happened once, kinda by chance. I met this hot, amazing, mythical babe who digs adventure sports and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We were kindred souls, but hers was in a bikini. The thing is, when Koala was born, she got the chance to climb Mount Everest on a tightrope. So of course she bailed. Then she did this round-the-world hydro bike tour, then some other expedition, then another. So, I guess she'll come back someday, but I try not to let it get to me. There's too much stuff to keep me busy, and freaking out is for nerds.
What makes you think you'll be an artist?
Didn't you see the sand turtle the little tyke built? I'm like totally amazed at the way he works with his hands. He made it in like 2 seconds, mate, right before going out for breakfast. But ever since he got his hands on that console, he's locked himself in the house and it's goodbye turtle.
Why do you think he'll be a criminal when he grows up?
'Cause he's killing me, mate. Me and everyone else, 'cause he can't sit still for a second. He doesn't actually speak, but his actions speak loud enough. This morning, while we were having breakfast at Lokilani's, he started raging on this military mate who almost whacked him to the other side of the island. And he's one fast little bugger too. If you turn the other way for a second, he'll totally whip your butt. By the way, that Lokilani's a hot babe, eh?
Let's leave your son be.
Yeah, mate, if he gets bored with that game Power Station or whatever it's called, you're gonna freak.
What's the meaning of those movements you were making before?
Tai Chi, mate. Since I can't surf, I have to do something to keep in shape.
I'll just leave you alone here, Knife.
Later, mate. Hey, do me a favor. Don't go into my hut, 'cause my kid's in there flipping out with a console I picked up while we were having breakfast at Lokilani's. And now that he's quiet for once, we better just leave him alone, in case he decides to come out and ruin this peaceful moment.
According to Knife, his little offspring is inside. Better not. If I go in and get the kid in a tizzy fit, Knife will flip his lid. No, right now I don't know why I would want to do that. I'm no surfing expert, but this looks like a high-quality board. It's hard to imagine 3 people living in there. After what Knife said about his son, I'd better stay out. Nah, it's just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Sure, I doubt Knife would mind. It's a good rope. Seems strong. Perfect complexion ink, talcum powder. It may be of use. I don't know why they say talcum powder smells like babies. To me, it smells like talcum powder.
Tak, to do kredy potrzebny.
It's a bit imposing to know he comes from a long line of witch doctors. Something happened before, and I just don't get it. While I was talking with Knife, Kai called me by my name, but I'd swear I'd never mentioned it. I'll go ask him about it. Excuse me for bothering you, Kai,
Aloha, Brian.
but how do you know my name?
You mean you never mentioned it?
Not as I remember.
Well, I must have heard it around town, brah.
That's funny, because I just got to this island.
Welcome then. Do you plan on sticking around, brah?
No way. I'm just passing through. Or more like I just dropped in by chance.
No. Stay as long as... I like it when you Malihini come to live here. As long as you don't make noise and you let me meditate in peace. There's fewer and fewer of us who speak Hawaiian though. And it's sad to see the traditions disappear. I bet you don't even know that Mala, the name of the island, means garden.
I'd love to learn Hawaiian, but I have no time to waste.
Hang loose, brah. Nothing in life is worth running away. First, you have to ask yourself about the mono-owen thing, and the best way to do that is to let...
Darn, the main reason I came was to ask you if you...
Whatever you want, brah.
Do you know if there's any way into the military camp without being seen?
Not a one, brah. Those soldiers are as wa'awa'iki as they seem. They set up around the Tiki Temple, and that place is practically impenetrable.
I've heard you're a surfing hero, even though you're missing a leg.
No big deal, brah. People who don't think exaggerate all the time. Lots of talking, lots of hurrying, and little meditating. People should spend more time lying in a hammock. Plus, if that shark hadn't gnawed my leg off, nobody would talk about me.
It must be hard to live with a prosthetic leg.
Maybe at first. Until you find someone missing the opposite leg who has the same taste in shoes as you. So just imagine, I'm saving a fortune.
What a faux pas, that shark mess.
Not as much as you think. Since then, I look at things from a much calmer perspective. And I appreciate certain things I wasn't interested in before. I got my parents' house back and moved in. I took knife in as a student to convey and I started to study my own island. Its past, its animal life, its customs. But mainly it helped me discover my true calling. Meditating.
I'm curious about your peg leg.
It's a leg made of flexible black metal, especially for athletes. But I don't think you can see it, brah. Knife's kid Koala stole it from me this morning. The little rugrat was playing with the sand, and I guess he used it as a shovel. Who knows where he hid it?
Getting back to what we were discussing, according to Lokelani, your grandpa was a witch doctor.
Nani Koki, Lokelani, huh? Yeah, my grandpa and my great-grandpa before him was the island's official kahuna. And official witch. His specialty was bringing poultry shop chickens back to life.
Is it true that if a bird dropped dead, your grandpa could revive it?
That was his specialty as a kahuna. He was called Kini Papa Moa, which means something like King of the Sick Poultry. He was so famous, they showed him until the National Bird Lovers Association denounced mistreatment of our fine feathered friends, and he was never allowed to revive a bird again. Then he started learning Reiki to use as a hangover remedy, but he never seemed to be very good at it. Maybe it's 'cause he only had one hand.
I guess you must know a thing or two about witch doctoring.
My grandfather would always take me to his Hawaii, his ritual hut, which is where he would teach me everything a good kahuna should know. Sharks are the spirits of our ants. To revive a bird, add a bit of this and a dash of that. Do this, do that.
So, your great-grandpa was a witch doctor too?
Yeah, brah, they say he was a specialist in hearing the future through the sound of waves. Though I've also heard he was born without one of his ears.
What does Nani Koki mean, referring to Lokelani?
Pretty much the same as Hilu Hilu. But Lokelani is much more than that. You gotta admit that Kio has turned into one real huilau. I'm just saying that 'cause that nice fat manu she has. And that incredibly uli pair of pekekeu get my mind to think of nothing but lele, and more lele.
I'm not sure, but that sounded a bit gross.
Why? It's just that the girl has turned into a true pet fanatic, which is just 'cause of that big fat parrot she has. With that incredibly wide pair of wings that get my mind to think of nothing but What did you think I meant, brah?
Me? Nothing. But I still don't know what it means if you say Lokelani is Nani Koki.
Heck if I know. Oh yeah, I think it means the same thing as when Knife says she's a hot babe. Or something like that.
Maybe we should talk about witch doctoring some other day.
Alright, brah.
What does that word bra mean that you say so often?
I wouldn't know how to translate it, brah. Hold on, maybe Knife knows. Listen, brah.
What do you want, mate?
Hey, how would you translate bra, brah?
I don't know, mate.
Think harder, brah.
Hey, the one who speaks the Hawaiian lingo is you, mate.
Yeah, but I want to know how to say bra in your language.
No, mate, I don't know what bra means.
You sure, brah?
Don't go aggro on me, mate.
I can't stand the way that bra's always saying mate all the time. Sorry, Brian, you're just gonna have to find out then.
I'll just keep strolling around the island.
Aloha kaua, Brian. I'm just gonna keep meditating for a while.
Co tu można? Wszystko opatrzeć. Idź tam.
It's hard to imagine 3 people living in there. After what Knife said about his son, According to Knife, his little offspring is inside. After what Knife...
Dobra.
In a motorboat, which, of course, must be the one that belongs to Knife. I'll go look.
A, to widziałem na filmikach.
It most likely belongs to Knife. I'll take it. Knife probably won't mind. Not much in it. Wrenches and screwdrivers and things like that. But some tools is better than no tools. I picked this up near Knife's speedboat. It's pretty small, but I'm not exactly going on a cruise. I think that leads out into the open sea. First, I have to get into the camp and find Gina. Then we'll see about that.
Ach, ta Gina.
It's pretty small, but I'm not... There doesn't seem to be anything interesting inside.
Jak nie ma, to nie ma. Motorówka. Dobra. Pogląd obóz dwójkowy. Obóz, rozbity hydroplan. Obóz wojskowy.
I'd take it if it didn't.
Dobra.
I can't go in. It's closed. That won't do any good.
No ale się długo ładuje, jejciu. To nic nie można wziąć. Tu może...
If there were a saw or an axe in the box, that'd be helpful. But these wrenches and screwdrivers are practically useless right now. Sure, let's re-examine the contents.
Potrzebny mi łom.
Nothing interesting here. I couldn't.
I couldn't. Najlepsze słowo tej gry, I couldn't. Bar hawajski. Może w tym...
That won't do any good. That won't do... Yeah, I'll try again. No good. It's really stuck. I don't get it. That won't do any...
Muszę mieć jakiś wytrych albo coś. Mechaniczny pyk. Tu coś zapomniałem.
No, it's such a wreck something might happen to me. Plus, it probably doesn't even work. No, I doubt I'll find anything interesting in...
Kabel?
It's not exactly in tip-top shape, but I guess if the Sure, I'll take a glance under the shack. It's pretty dark. I'll get a little closer. I knew it! The cable is caught up in the roots of a palm tree. It must have been stuck here for ages, and I can't get it untied. I don't know what this darn cable is for, but it's sure stuck tight.
Co tu możemy jeszcze?
But despite its bad temper, I bet it's got a bigger brain than some people I know.
Może jej masło dać?
That doesn't sound like a bright idea. My hands are clean already.
No. Centrum turystyczne?
I couldn't get in. The door's locked with several chains and padlocks. I don't get it. No way! I wouldn't return to this jungle for anything in the world. I wonder whether those tattoos mean something.
Obóz wojskowy, może obóz wojskowy coś.
I'd like to talk...
Again? Don't take your eyes off him, Felton. Leslie, that civilian from before wants to talk to the colonel. All right, Felton, as you ordered. Leslie, I brought you the guy.
The gun as usual.
Mr.
And mine too, you
Uh-huh. I've taken note, my colonel. You here again? Please wait by the desk. That civilian...
Please.
Are you...
I'm not your dad. Get in here. Good.
Leslie. Well.
Która?
He'd never believe that. And Leslie. Lucky thing Leslie. Well. Better not. That? Well. No, I don't. Well.
To nie.
No. Well. I can't think of anything. I don't think stealing while under. What for? It isn't ringing. And the thanks.
I see you enjoy ticking me off. Answer. What are you doing on my island?
The truth is, I came to see whether I could pick up that waitress at Luana Beach.
That's a lost war, son. From the lieutenant colonel to the latrine scrubber. All my men have tried. But that lady is the toughest coconut to crack in the Pacific. What about you? Have you tried?
I tried, but she's in love with some one-eyed soldier. Won't even pay attention to me.
I can't believe it. Another man. Well, just follow my orders. Tell her I'm the sensitive type. That I like to take strolls in the evening, candlelit dinners at night, and the sweet smell of napalm in the morning.
All right,
You like a nice and dirty war, I see. Well, careful with me, boy. You see this cigar? It causes plenty of pain if stuck in the wrong order.
I'll tell her, but I think
You're right. She may be too young. Tell her I fell in love with her. The minute... that won't work either. I'll come up with something.
there's something else I wanted to tell you.
You don't mean...
Well, of course I tried to pick her up.
Some flunky civilian gallivanting around. Go tell that story to someone who'll believe.
Well, if you tried, she probably used her don't ask, don't tell.
You're getting a little cock. Don't you think I was
So-
rejected? I'm just following a long-term strategy. Laying siege on her rear guard without taking my eye.
I don't want to talk about that girl. I don't even...
Either you're lying or you're dumb. Anyway, I still don't know what you're doing on my island.
I don't feel like talking to you any...
Just for... Make like a beat.
Nie można mu... Dobra, dzięki wszystkim, papa. Zapisujemy. Dzięki.